Welcome to Studio 5. DeVon Franklin has a new movie, Major has new music, and fans have newly crowned some of their favorite Christian artists with awards. We've got all that for you this week, but first, let's begin with this week's countdown of the top 5 stories in the world of uplifting entertainment. Here are your first 2.
At number 5.
Nathaniel Clifton, I always know you was born with a higher purpose.
Joe Lapchick.
Matt Clifton. Some call me Sweetwater.
I coach a team called the New York Knickerbockers.
Ain't no Negroes playing your league.
It's not gonna be like that forever.
It's a Studio 5 first look at Sweetwater, a film based on the life of Nathaniel Sweetwater Clifton, who changed the game of basketball when he became the first African-American player to sign a contract with the NBA in the fall of 1950.
Sweetwater, that was your last game wearing a Trotter uniform. Your next game will be in a Knick jersey.
You know you can't play him.
The guy is the future of the NBA.
At number 4, the summer box office bounces back and continues to heat up.
Who do you think you are?
It's a $120.5 million domestic debut for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
We are supposed to be the good guys.
That's more than $30 million more than the top pre-release estimate for the animated sequel, the second biggest opening of the year after the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and 3.5 times the 2018 original's opening gross. The live-action The Little Mermaid remake slips to second in week 2.
Our countdown continues in just a bit. Right now, we're sitting down with movie man DeVon Franklin for a look at his latest project. It's the story of Richard Montanez. He is the son of a Mexican immigrant who was a janitor at Frito-Lay, who also had a hand in bringing Flamin Hot Cheetos to the world.
We all write our own stories.
Where is Richard? I'd like to speak to him.
I'm here. This time, that's me, the Mero Mero, Mr. Richard Montanez. I'm the guy who helped bring the world the most popular snack it's ever seen.
Are you ready?
A huevo. I've been ready. All right. It was a little bit more like this.
Flamin Hot is the most inspiring film for you.
Yes.
Since
I mean, I was involved with Pursuit of Happiness when I was an executive,
Yes.
you know, because we talked. I was an executive at Sony Pictures, and that movie, being able to be a part of that film and that experience was life-changing. And this is the first film since then that I've been a part of where I feel the same way.
Spicy? Yeah, see, that's how I got here. Dear God, please forgive me for the gang, the drugs, the stolen cars.
Where you have a real story of a real person who has a dream, who never gives up on that dream, and then sees that dream come to life.
The guy started at the very bottom. I know I don't look it, but I got a PhD. I'm poor, hungry, and determined, sir.
Okay, I can see you're gonna be a weird one.
And when you see the story of Richard Montanez, who is the driving force behind what we know as Flamin Hot Cheetos, and you see the story of he and his wife and his family and what they had to endure in order to become who they are. The movie, I mean, we've screened it all across the country, and people, all races, all ages, they cry, they laugh. It's just one of those films that I think people are really going to be surprised by and really inspired by.
I had been searching for an answer, and there it was. They had been there the entire time.
I got an idea. It's a spicy chip. It's gonna change everything.
It will save our factory.
And you're a janitor. Okay, no, hang on.
And you have Eva Longoria directed.
Eva Longoria directed the film. I mean, Eva is amazing. Years ago, when I was looking for a director, I sent out the script to, about a dozen, no, probably about 15 directors. Wow. And out of the 15, about 12 directors came in. I took every meeting. When Eva walked in the door, I said, here's our director. It was just, she had, she was clear, her vision, all the what she wanted to do to the movie. And then once we brought her on board, and she really reworked the script and brought in a new writer, Linda Yvette Chavez, who made it even more authentic. And then being on set with Eva during production and then during prep and post, she's unbelievable. And if you love her as an actress and you love her as a, fashion icon, you're gonna be blown away by her as a filmmaker and director. This movie, as a directorial debut, I think it'll go down in history as one of the greatest debuts ever because that's what she brings to the film. And blessed to know her. I'm blessed to work with her. And I'm excited for the world to really see this other avenue of her gifting, which is so powerful.
Guys like you and me, we don't get shots like this.
You see that guy right there? I see a chingon, a montañez.
Yo soy montañez.
Soy montañez. Get out there and be great.
Flamin Hot streams to Hulu and Disney Plus this week, making history as the very first film to do so.
Still ahead.
She stole my heart in record time, a beauty like a joy divine. She hypnotized me, she got me and I didn't mind.
A love song from his soon-to-be-released The Hope of My Soul project. At the heart of our conversation with the Hope dealer, Major. It's coming up next. Stay with us. At number 3. A Studio 5 exclusive preview of The Hiding Place, the theatrical film based on the powerful story of World War II hero Corrie ten Boom. It comes to theaters in early August. At number 2.
You're the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's gonna pass the drug trade. Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time to a child 5 to 10 times a day. God's children are not for sale.
Jim Caviezel's upcoming film, The Sound of Freedom, comes with a call to action. He wants at least 2 million people to stand with him and expose the evil of child exploitation and trafficking.
An estimated 2 million children are trafficked every year, and we can help them. Sound of Freedom is based on a true story about real-life heroes saving kids from the dark world of child trafficking. We know this is heartbreaking and it hurts to look at, but the first step in helping these children is hearing their story. Not enough people know this problem exists, and even fewer people are willing to do anything about it. Our goal is to inspire 2 million people to attend the film's opening weekend, to represent the 2 million trafficked children around the world.
Hey, that leaves us with just one more story to share in this week's countdown. We'll have the #1 story for you in just a little bit. Right now, we happily turn to music. June is dubbed Black Music Month, so it's a great time to revisit some Studio 5 conversations with musical guests and to share some of their newer music. This week, it is Major, whose latest single is called Baby Will You Love Me.
When she walked in, she took the win, and nothing else around us mattered. Gave her my hand, and when we danced, that's when I knew I found the answer. She stole my heart in record time, a beauty like a joy divine. She hypnotized me, she got me and I didn't mind. Yeah.
Listen, it's hope right there. Hope right there. In 2015, music journalist Billy Johnson did an article on me for Yahoo Music, and he is actually the guy I give respect and credit to for publicly stating he's the hope dealer.
Baby, 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 will you love me, love me, love me, love me forever, forever and always?
I've been about this work all of my life. I was awakened to the call when I graduated college. I was the first of my siblings to graduate. My mom tells me why she named me Major, and that came with the story of perseverance for herself, because She was, you know, pregnant with a kid out of wedlock and considered abortion, but she was in college and she wanted to finish, and she ended up having to drop out at the time. And so she's like, what do I do with this child that people are gonna judge me for having if I have it? So she considered abortion, but divine intervention, you know, stepped in, and on her way twice to the abortion clinic, she had severe car trouble, from a tire busting to a tire just going flat in nearly the same spot each time she went. So she was like, God, I hear you. I'm gonna move forward with having this child. And if I name him Major, I pray that he makes a major impact on the world.
Us up to the mountains or down through the roughest valley.
So I dealt with major, minor, what's your major, and all that stuff. And but in all seriousness, it really it woke me up to the call. And that's literally to lean in with this commitment to give people hope. I was told so many no's, still experience no's, and so many opinions of experts telling me a song's not gonna work on radio. They said it was too slow for radio. And hope is what got me through that, because I could have said no, I could have believed them, but I know what my heart was saying. I know what the voice of God was saying to me, that if you simply lean into what I gave you, I will make the way. I'll prepare the way.
I see us paint in the sky, you and I, we are flying away so high. Whether life sends us up to the mountains or down.
I think I, interestingly enough, speak to the intersection of the churched and the unchurched. Because while the church is beautiful, the church is still full of humanity, and it misses the mark. And I think a lot of the unchurched see the missing of the mark, but don't realize at the end of the day, the whole thing is about the becoming better, the growing into, you know, righteousness. It's not perfection. So if that's what you're looking for, we need to fix that. We need to course correct that thing. And so I have this language that speaks to these intersections, from faith to age, to, you know, creed, to belief systems, to everybody just feels like they can hear and relate. And if I feel that there's a heart in need of some hope, I'm speaking to it. We dealing it right now.
Baby, 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 will you love me, love me, love me, love me forever and always?
Keep your eyes and ears out. There is more new music coming from Major, and it's coming very soon. We will keep you posted. Before we take a break right here, we want to bring you a story in pictures. Here's this week's Studio 5 Snapshot.
We take you to New York City for the red carpet premiere of the newest installment of the Transformers franchise. It's Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, and it's in theaters Friday. A look behind the scenes shows us Optimus Prime and the Autobots taking on their biggest challenge yet, when a new threat capable of destroying the entire planet emerges. These images from the film and the premiere are this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. Just moments away.
We didn't know that this song would have this type of an impact, and then it does, because of who he is.
It's the K-Love Fan Awards. And we've got your all-access backstage look at the great night in Nashville.
Hey there, welcome back to Studio 5. Right now we have the pleasure of taking you to one of the biggest nights in Christian entertainment.
The 10th annual K-Love Fan Awards aired last Friday from the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, and Studio 5 was there for all the action.
Fan voted award show, and that's really one of the things that makes it special. They get to decide.
What the fans vote for is what wins.
We love everybody on the panel.
We're the underdogs. I'm a lover of Jesus who also loves music. Tonight's extra stuff.
Hosted by Christian group King.
Let's go!
Good evening and welcome.
The night was filled with stellar performances.
Now every soul, even in the broken parts, he holds my heart, he never fails.
Emotional moments.
This is my sweet friend Pippa. Her father, Steve, was a dear friend of mine. Every year, he and I would write the script for the K-Love Fan Awards when I would host. Steve was battling cancer, wasn't able to be at the last year's Fan Awards. And shortly after the Fan Awards, Steve went home to be with Jesus. And Pippa's here on stage in honor of her dad because his legacy lives on.
I know there's gonna be some brighter days. I swear that love will find you in your pain.
And big winners.
And the winner of Male Artist of the Year is Brandon Lake.
Including Brandon Lake, who took home 3 awards: Song of the Year, Worship Song of the Year, and Male Artist of the Year.
God is able to do exceedingly abundantly more than you ever could think or imagine, according to the power that he's placed inside of you.
Other big winners include for King and Country for Artist of the Year.
Thank you. You are the ones who have given us a job. It's an honor.
Mercy Me for Group of the Year.
It's just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I can't believe we get to still sing about Jesus after all this time.
And Lauren Daigle for Female Artist of the Year.
We didn't know that this song would have this type of an impact, and then it does because of who he is.
The night also featured appearances by hit makers including Ann Wilson, Chris Tomlin, Katie Nicole, and Toby Mac, just to name a few.
No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed.
It was a celebration of Christian music and the fans who continue to support.
It's worth noting the hit series The Chosen took home a K-Love Fan Award in the Film and Television Impact category. The Season 3 finale beat out Jesus Revolution, Life Mark, and Family Camp. We need to take a quick break, but before we do, it is time to look at the story that comes in at #1 this week in our look at the top 5 headlines in uplifting entertainment. Here it is.
At #1.
Bird's good or bird's bad? It bird's good.
A reminder, Flamin Hot streams to 2 platforms Friday, Hulu and Disney+.
Spicy? Yeah, see, that's how I got here. Dear God, please forgive me for the gang, the drugs, the stolen cars.
What the heck, man? Let's move it.
Hey, he is pregnant.
It's the story of Richard Montañez, a one-time janitor at Frito-Lay, who had a hand in bringing the snack Flamin Hot Cheetos to the world.
What have the conversations been like with Richard, having completed this and for him to have now seen it?
Oh my goodness, you know, he's enthusiastic. I mean, think about it. How many people in the history of the world ever get a movie made about their life? I mean, it's like 0.0000001%, right? Like, so he is just grateful. He is thankful. He is in awe. He's enjoying the ride. So it's pretty amazing for him and Judy to be able to have this experience. And there were many times during the process, because it took a long time for this to happen, where they weren't sure that it was going to happen. And I had to assure them, don't worry, trust the process. God is in it. It's going to get done.
And welcome back to Studio 5. As you heard in our previous conversation with Major, music helps us to bring this show to you every week. And this week, it's a little something new from Erica Campbell. Take a listen and you'll hear why Feel All Right is what's playing in my ear.
Attention and ooh, and it don't get no better than you and me together
All right, it's a summer vibe for sure. On that musical note, we are just about out of time for this week's edition of Studio 5, so this is a great time to look ahead and share a story we're working to bring you come next week.
Beat them Lakers, the NBA champs.
Yeah, we certainly did.
It wasn't easy, honey.
No, it wasn't. They're the best, so we didn't expect it to be easy.
Abe, I guess it ain't my business how much they get paid.
Actor Everett Osborne brings to life the story of the first African-American player to sign a contract with the NBA in the film Sweetwater.
How much did you know about Sweetwater's story before coming to this film?
Much of the damage has come from one player in particular, Matt Sweetwater Clifton, who has had a spectacular game tonight.
I'm ashamed to say it, but then again, I'm not, man. I knew nothing. I knew nothing about Sweetwater's story. And I grew up playing basketball my whole life. I knew who Michael Jordan was and all the greats that came before it, but I had no idea who Sweetwater was.
He knows much more now, and he's taking us inside the life of the groundbreaking basketball legend.
We are so excited to be able to share that story with you next week. As for this week, we've got just a few moments left in our show, and we want to give that to DeVon Franklin, the filmmaker who is bringing us Flamin Hot.
I met Richard and his wife Judy, almost 7 years ago now. And when we sat down in my office, there was no script. It was just their story. And he told me, what he went through, and it was amazing. And by the end of him telling me the story, I just said, okay, I'm going to make your movie. And I said, I know I can get this done. And I didn't know how I was going to get it done, but I was so moved by just what he was able to accomplish, what he was able to do. It was unbelievable. And the beautiful thing about this movie is that it is a product of trust. They trusted me, they trusted Eva, and when they saw that movie, it was everything that they wanted it to be and more. So Richard is ecstatic, he's enthusiastic, and he's just beyond grateful that God would have gifted him with this type of opportunity.
DeVon Franklin, you've done it again. Thank you so much. That is a great final word for this edition of Studio 5 and this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye. We thank you for watching.